Alright, grade 3s, let's talk about fractions. First thing we need to do is learn some important words. The bottom number in a fraction is called the denominator. The word denominator actually means how we name the fraction. So this is how we're going to name the fraction's parts. So in other words, if there's a 3 in the denominator, we're talking about thirds. And if there's a 6 in the denominator, the parts of the fraction are called sixths. There are some interesting ones, like a 2 in the denominator, which tells us that we're talking about halves, and a 4 in the denominator, which tells us that the name of the parts is quarters. Now, the top number in a fraction is called the numerator. And numerator means the number. It's how many of the parts are we actually talking about. In this case, we have a 1 in the numerator because we're talking about 1/4. Now the truth is, you use fractions every day, whether you know it or not. Imagine that I had a pie or a cake. Here you can see I have a whole cake. And I can actually write that as just one whole. Now that pie is cut into 3 equal pieces. That's very important with fractions. The pieces have to be the same size. They have to be equal pieces. This pie is cut into 3 equal pieces. As you can see in the denominator, we call that thirds. Now if I take one of those pieces, that means I've taken 1/3 of the pie. And that leaves 2/3 of the pie for other people to take. I can also make fractions from groups of objects. Here I have 5 M&Ms. Now that 5 becomes my denominator because I have some red M&Ms, I have some green M&Ms, but they're all M&Ms and there are 5 of them. Now if I just want to talk about the green M&Ms, then that's 2 out of 5. So 2 out of 5, or 2/5 of the M&Ms are green. And if it's the red M&Ms I'm talking about, then I can say that 3 out of 5 of the M&Ms are red. So 3 out of 5, or 3/5 of the M&Ms are red. And that's how easy fractions can be.